Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to the channel of upright men and women. This morning I woke up feeling vindicated. Vindicated because everything that I had been advising the governments of Jamaica to do appear to now being done. Now, I don't know if it's coincidence, but it would appear that either the government has come in contact with the crime strategy plans that I had handed over, submitted to previous administration and is currently using. Because everything that I seem to have suggested and enunciated in that document seem to be now being put in place. Not just put in place, but is being employed. Now, guys, I'm not here taking credit for anything because I don't know if this had anything to do with the document that I had submitted to past administrations. Nevertheless, based on the realities that are now happening in this country, it's either they have found my document in their archives and are employing at least the fundamental aspects as set out in that plan, or somebody wake up, actually wake up. Now, what on earth am I talking about? Well, let me take you back. On the 23rd of October 2022, I posted a video. This is the thumbnail for that video, dissecting the mind of a Minister of National Security. And that is a picture of Dwight Nelson, one of our former security ministers. In that video, I explained to everyone how I had handed over on a thumb drive a specific plan, the plan that I see now being used, to aspects I see that were in my plan are now being utilized. Now, I had handed over this thing to this man on a thumb drive as a PowerPoint document, and he said he would look into it, and he never looked into it. And in that video, I had blamed Dwight Nelson for not acting on it, since he had come to me and explained to me that Bruce Golding had told him that he must do what is necessary to solve Jamaica's crime situation. I also went on to tell how I had handed over those same plans, or submitted twice the same document, hard copy, printed copy, for the attention of the Minister of National Security who took over from him, which was Peter Bunting. And although me never hear gunfire from Peter Bunting about the document, even though I sent it to him twice about 6 months apart. Now guys, stay with me, because what I'm saying here now is important for you to grasp the gist of the information being provided in this video. After Peter Bunting, there came Bobby Montague, and I made some contacts with some people who made contact with Bobby Montague, told him of the plans I had, and Bobby Montague and I were speaking on the phone, and I told him that I want him to look at the document that I had provided that could solve Jamaica's crime problems. Now, gracious the gentleman be, and I'm gonna give him some credit here. He actually set up an appointment with myself and a man called Peter Jones. Peter Jones, of course, was an official in the Ministry of National Security. Now, guys, me I go show you something from my archives. This you're looking at is the cover page from the document I had sent to Bobby Montague, or I had handed over to Peter Jones for his perusal. Obviously, I've omitted my name here, but my name was on the original document, and as you can see, the date of that meeting with Peter Jones was on the 9th of January 2017. And you see how official the document look? It has been said, don't judge a book by its cover, but me say that is bullshit. Anybody who can write a good book, if you have the imaginative, if you've got the imagination and the creativity to write a good book, then you must can design a good cover. A summy seat. So you can see how official the document looked. Even just the front page. Although that in itself doesn't say what's in there, but I'm just showing you how detailed I am when I'm presenting a project. And of course, this was handed over as a hard copy and as a Word document, not as a PowerPoint as I had done with Dwight Nelson. So you might say, so what let you think that any of your stuff are being employed, or that the government has even seen your document? And tell you the truth, I'm not saying that they have seen it, but I wanted to look at this speech by Andrew Holness and everything that he has said here, and the ethos, the whole mental approach to crime fighting is what I had laid out in my document. Listen.
The truth is we have been very unsophisticated in our security arrangements, so unsophisticated that criminals had greater capacity to create mayhem than the security forces had to bring them under control. And there are those who are vested in seeing our security forces underfunded, undersupported. No criminal organization must have more capabilities than our security forces. And so under Plan Secure Jamaica, we put the money to back that. We weren't waiting for our overseas partners to say, here is something, or we'll help you with that. No. When it comes to security, you must take your own money and secure yourself. And so we took our own resources, the dividends of our good economic management. So for those people who talk about economy can keep you secure. Because no other government was able to do what we did in terms of the expenditure that we have made in the security forces. When we took over, we didn't have one operating offshore patrol vessel. Today we have several. The average person wouldn't understand the benefit of having that. But if we didn't have that, the influx of persons who would come in from other areas where there are challenges, for example in Haiti, would be huge. But because we made that investment well in advance of the situation in Haiti, Jamaica has consistent presence in those waters. You have been hearing about the number of interdictions at sea with drugs. That is what the security blanket gives you. You only know you're insecure when you don't have it. But when you have it, you take it for granted. But we made that investment. We made that investment as well in the intelligence capabilities of the forces. We are not going with a net to catch criminals. Our security strategies are sharpened because we have better intelligence. And more than that, you would have seen many crimes being committed. And within days, the police have been able to identify the perpetrator and bring them to justice because their investigative capacities have been increased as a result of the investments that we have made. For those who are late to the game, we have been at this for a very long time, making the investments, making the strategic moves, putting the right people in place to be able to be at this point where we can see results.
You know, guys, over the past several years, I have made some scathing attacks on the Prime Minister, on the Minister of National Security, and on all past commissioners for having an ad hoc approach to crime. And I said to them that intelligence, inside my document, I said we have to use intelligence as the foundation for crime fighting. And that no amount of equipment, no amount, we can have this most sophisticated equipment on the face of the earth. And that if we did not have people who can think objectively, think outside the box, people who are innovative, creative, and can plan tactically, then no matter how much university degree them have, them not go nowhere. And I also said in the document that anything that happened downtown, Duduk's know and Zeke's know. Anything that happens within 5 minutes, the done for the area know what happens, and the police are run around themselves like headless chicken, don't know where to start, do anything, because you can't fight crime without having a network of intelligence. And I told the government how to do it in that document. Hand it over to both Labourite and Comrade Ministers of National Security. And they sat down and did nothing. Because don't get me wrong, I'm a Jamaican and I'm a patriotic Jamaican. And as a patriot, I do not care what color shirt you wear. If I have something that can build my country, as a patriot, it is my duty to hand it over, not hang on to it and say, me don't want you get it because you're not from my party. So make the country go to waste until me wait till my party come in for do it. No, I am not for party, I'm for country. No matter what my political leanings are, even if me not like the party way in a power. For example, just saying, me want them to fix things so that when my party get in, at least they will have a better starting point to move my country even further. Me can mash down my country because me don't like the government we're in, for example. Which is what I see a lot of non-patriotic people are doing today. But that's another story. Now, I just wanted to take a look at how comprehensive the document was. Take a look at this photograph. Now, most of you here might not understand organizational charts, but this chart explains everything that I had written in the plan itself, so that people, when they read the document, they can refer to this chart to see how the organization would be structured, and all the responsibilities and the various departments and how they would apply and interact with each other. So when I say comprehensive document, yes, it was. So what I can finally say, I even went as far as to have logo designs. And I designed this logo for the organization. And the name of the organization, of course they can change it, would be the National Defense Directorate. And the National Defense Directorate would, of course, handle everything to do with internal and external intelligence for this nation. Now, I'm calling on the government. In case you had just had your epiphany and is waking up and would still like to see my plan, get in touch with me. You're already, I can see now where you would be open to these new ideas. I would be only too happy to work with you in making this country the best place to live, work, bear children, entertain yourself, and of course, and do everything. And I'm not talking about money. I don't want to job me a look. This is my home. This is my country. I'm a patriot. I see where you are doing. I see the things you are doing which are extremely effective. And as a patriot myself, I would be only too happy to put in my half pound. Now guys, all I can say is that I'm looking forward to working with the Jamaican government anytime, any place, to make sure that my fellow countrymen are well protected and can live safe and happy lives. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.